Diamond Karthik.
Hey, don't worry, I'm not taking this now. Upon seeing this trophy, does the thirst and hunger for the encouragement, achievement grows?
Yes.
This trophy was merely made up of plastic pieces and metal bases. But it holds so much of value because we put so much of effort to achieve it. If a stationary object has so much value, what about human emotions? What values does it have in our heart? Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters. If values were diamonds, the coffers of our chest should then be seeking more for the heart. These values were not about economic pursuits, but about important attributes. After all, every one of us believe in having some moral values in life, don't we?
Yes.
These values may be like honesty, kindness, sincerity, the importance of helping, filial piety, and finally, seeking the happiness in every aspect of life. Let me tell you, these values were obfuscated due to stressful and busy lives. Working 24/7 for buying things which makes us happy, but forgetting there are two things in life which we can't buy for money. Do you know what? Time and happiness. One incident back in my hometown which made me to think on how to see happiness in everything. Every time I go to my hometown during vacations, I observed one house was completely dark in that street all the time. As astonishment may have it, there were two beings living in that gloomy realm of soul and silence. He is a successful retired employee and she is his one and only. They both brought up two children to this world. And these two children were grown up and well settled in USA, well informed, well to do. Standing on their own, being there for their parents, providing them love, care and affection were the duties in the list of unfulfilled duties by the two young men. But the old father, still living in that old house with that old lady all alone. I inquired my mom about their status. On one hand, the old man was suffering from depression due to loneliness. On the other hand, the old lady was suffering from arthritis. She cannot even move an inch. It has been for years since they've heard the footsteps of the children at their door. My mom also explained on how much struggle he went into bringing up his children with his wife and how everything had been forgotten by them. One day, I went to their house to have a chat with them. I stood in front of their house, knocking the door. The old man came out and welcomed me inside. I introduced myself, and I was about to ask about his sons. The old man started sharing about his sons with a brightly lit smile which imbibed life to the entire room that was engulfed with darkness. In the entire conversation, not even a single word of criticism was spoken about the very sons who did not even make an effort to go for the extra mile for them. This man had just one expectation, and that one expectation is the call from the two young men. The call from the two young men whom he once carried on his shoulders as young boys. I paused for the moment as my eyes filled with the flow of depression and sadness, as melancholy played in the chambers of my heart. I pondered on how could I help them to regain that smile that they have lost for the years. This clearly depended on only one thing, the voice of the children. With all the optimism gathering in my mind, I decided to dive into those two young men. Hi, this is Karthik. The line traces to Singapore, but the call traces to one whom you need to care for. Can you please talk to them? Please stay online. I pause. To my depression, as one of them replied that they have nothing to talk. They have no time to talk. They were annoyed with the cliche questions asked by the parents like, did you had anything, my son? When you will be coming back to India? How are you doing, my dear? They also said that they can take care of themselves, but who will take care of the parents? My dear friends, I agree the time was created, but the priorities were invented. Upon hearing the reply from the two young men, I rushed to my mom and hugged her tightly and remembered how blessed I am to have such wonderful parents. The witnessing of the elderly couple gave me a message and created a strong determination in my mind. Never ever ignore my parents at any cost. My dear fellow Toastmasters, no matter how much we grow, no matter how much fruits we gain, no matter how much far we stretch our wings of achievement, we should not forget our roots. Without the support of roots, the tree would have fallen down. Without the support and love of our parents, we would have uprooted and turned down. My dear friends, remember your parents. Cherish them for gifting you such eternal values like diamonds. I'm sure with the support and love of our parents and with these eternal values, we will shine bright like a diamond. Thanks.